Well, good afternoon everybody, I'm Mark Fenner. We hope you've had a wonderful Christmas, and well, it's time of the year for festivities and tradition, and that is continuing here as football returns to our screens on Boxing Day as Wrexham take on Solihull Moors. As we start to look at the starting 11, well, it looks as though that Jacob Mendy will be slotting in at left back alongside Tunnicliffe, Tozer, Hayden and Anthony Ford, that familiar back five. As we go to the away side, well, one notable difference in this starting 11 is that Joe Sabara, who's been very potent against Wrexham, scored 5 goals against the Red Dragons, isn't in the starting 11, because the Wrexham, of course, are on this impressive winning streak, 13 games won at home in the National League. The last team to take a point here at the racecourse was Solihull Moors in that 1-1 draw in the summer. The players are ready, the racecourse is ready, and we are kicked off here. Wrexham shooting towards their home supporters in these first 45 minutes, and a long ball towards Ollie Palmer to start things off for Wrexham. Tozer launches a ball right to the centre of the box there. It's just about cleared from Solihull, and there could be a counter-attack on here early on as Dallas, blistering pace, can take on Jacob Mendy. He could be on a goal here, Andrew Dallas. And Mendy just about recovers. Well, what a run that was. Howard just trying to guide that ball to Ollie Palmer. The ball has fortunately gone in the path of Mullin. There's Mendy. Might have to choose to take on his man here. Mendy cuts in on his right, takes the chance. The ball's fumbled into the path of Mullin. And Ryan Boot can just breathe a sigh of relief. The ball nearly bouncing into the path of Wrexham's top goal scorer is something that you don't want to do. You see the replay here. Mendy thinks he's going to choose to take on his man. He cuts onto his right foot. Hayden sends it clear. Was Lee, who just about beat Storer. And Lee could be on the break here. He's got Mullin to his right. He can find Mullin. Paul Mullin! Just over the bar. A great break from Wrexham. Solihull's defence there are all bickering with each other. I think just not being able to pick up that extra man in Mullin. Lee, the last moment, he can just about spot Mullin coming in late and head to the box. Can scoop it towards Mendy. Not too much on it. And the left back to really follow on. Solihull try and play things out from the back, but Wrexham are known to press and press well, and they nearly get the better of things there. Can win the ball back, and Ollie Palmer's completely onside from the clearance. Palmer! A few minutes before half-time, and Wrexham finally break the deadlock. Ollie Palmer latches on a clearance from Tunnicliffe, and he bags his 12th goal of the season. Wrexham 1-0 to the good. Well, I mentioned moments before, Wrexham are known to press, and press well they did. Solihull tried to play it out from the back, and they were doing it brilliantly until it got all the way back to its goalkeeper, and sends the clearance straight towards Tunnicliffe. And what chest control that is from Ollie Palmer. Looking always at the ball, just trying to get it on target and catch the defenders off. Plenty of space, sending it to the keeper's right hand side. It's bobbling everywhere, he can't get down in time, and Wrexham 1-0 up. And almost from kickoff as well. Wrexham are on the break again. Mullin and Palmer snatching the ball away from Storer again, just pulls the Wrexham player back as they were on the break. Well, the James Webb telescope was launched last year, and I think Kelleher was trying to match that a year on, sending it high into the sky, and the referee is going to blow the whistle for the end of the first half. 45 minutes, still here to play, and Wrexham need to keep the pressure mounted on Notts County. They're currently 4-1 up against Oldham Athletic, so they managed to keep that 4-point gap alive. But anything can happen in football, so Wrexham just needs to do the job here to keep the pressure mounted, and the second half is underway. Wrexham shooting towards the Kop end in this second half, not towards their own fans of course. Kop's still under development for Wrexham. Just looking for an option, but Wrexham are making it really difficult, closing those spaces. And Jones, forced by the press of Mullin that time. Wrexham can come away with it. Palmer plays it to Mullin! Wrexham 2-0, and both of their strikers on the score sheet now, and they combine brilliantly to get the second goal away from Solihull Moors. Brilliant play, brilliant pressing from Wrexham. Well, they've started off the second half, how they ended the first. The pressure on Solihull's back line could not cope. Wrexham's forward line, Luke Young combining with Ollie Palmer with the press, plays it back to Palmer, who just waits for that run from Paul Mullin. You can see Wrexham's number 10 loses his man, and on his left foot, it's guided brilliantly. The pace on the pass from Ollie Palmer is beautifully done. This is a long way to go. Ball comes into Jones at the back post, and he tries to guide it back across goal. Chooses to go alone rather than use Young to his right. He does now. Fine, Mendy on the edge of the box, cuts in on his favoured left side. Tunnicliffe. Oh, what a strike that is! Ollie Palmer dropping off just on the edge of the box. Nearly catches Ryan Boot off guard completely. It's worth the effort. Wrexham just taking their time on the edge. Tunnicliffe finds Palmer. Tozer just trying to loft that one to Mullin, in a bit of a nasty fall there. As though it was O'Connor trying to win the ball. Back to his feet though. Boot, a heavy touch, nearly in the path of Wrexham. Luke Young wins it high over Gudger. Ford swishes it back. Mullin! Oh, it looks as though it went over the line. Surely it did. Paul Mullin in disbelief. We're going to have to see a replay of that, but it looks as though it crossed the line. Mullin placed it. Oh, and that's a crunchy challenge. It's all falling apart here for Solihull. That's a nasty challenge. Storer that time. The Wrexham players flood the referee. Paul Mullin's calling over the medical staff. It was a nasty challenge. Storer, the balls ran away from him. Luke Young with the press. Surely the referee's going to have to take some sort of action here. It's really crumbling for Solihull. I think I see a red card in the referee's hand. We'll have to see. After a Luke Young strike at goal. Well, here's the initial shot. Anthony Ford, he switches the ball over. It's left. And Paul Mullin with a strike just outside the box. It's a save, and it's bouncing. It looks as though it's on the line, and I think the whole ball has to be over it. So it's actually an amazing save from Ryan Boot. We wait for a different angle here. On the line, what a save that is. Ryan Boot gets a small touch on the ball to stop it going in the back of the net. What a save that is. But things aren't over for Solihull here as we wait for the outcome of what's going to happen here. The Wrexham fans in the racecourse made their voices heard. They want to see Ryan Storer off the pitch as he's finally back to his feet. They're waiting in anticipation, and it is indeed a red card for Solihull's captain. It was a nasty challenge, captain on captain. After that initial chance from Paul Mullin, the ball just drags away off his feet, no control at all. That's a really nasty challenge. Solihull captain on the Wrexham captain. The ball's just dragged away and he's gone up in the air, lost control. Studs right into the ankle, it looks as though, of Luke Young, and rightfully so. He should be sent off. Got a couple of goals this season, Ben Tozer, and plenty of assists as well in the past few seasons. Many goals from all departments for Phil Parkinson's side. Long throw in towards the near post at the time. It's tried to be flicked on in the path of Ollie Palmer, and it's stabbed in, but the referee calls her offside. And that really would have been it for Solihull. You see the replay here. It was flicked on towards Palmer. Ryan Boot gets a good hand to it. Mullin just trying to stab it home. Ford just dispossessed there by Clark. Well done by the fullback. And Solihull dispossessed here. Here's Ford. Going for the early strike, but it's right down the centre of the goal. An easy one for glory of his own. Wrexham played this set piece very fast here. Mendy receives the ball on the left hand side. Back to Lee. Puts in on his left. A few step overs there. The ball's just dragged away. He can just about recover, Elliot Lee. Mendy using the strength there and can drive into the box. Gets the cross in. And who's waiting? It's Aaron Hayden. Defender to defender. And Aaron Hayden has bagged his 10th goal in the National League this season. What a statistic for the Wrexham centre-back. And what patience from Jacob Mendy. Great strength. Holding up his players on that left-hand side, driving into the heart of the Solihull defence. They're really all over the place, especially after the sending off. Look at that strength. He just holds off Barnett, cuts it back, and what a finish that is. With his left foot, back across goal. Too close to Ryan Boot to do anything about it. Chance for Wrexham. Oh, to the disbelief of the racecourse. Luke Young can't believe he hasn't scored. A huge chance for Wrexham to make it 4. We see the replay here. Outside of the Boot pass on the left channel. 10,115 fans here in the racecourse, the highest attendance this season, and they could see Elliot Lee go on a darting run. Wrexham don't look like they're finished here. Here's Ollie Palmer. It's going for a long way strike. It's the post and it's ricocheted back to Mullin. Well, Ollie Palmer nearly scored the goal of the season, but he's actually provided quite an inventive assist in the end as Paul Mullin grabs his second goal this afternoon. His 16th goal in the National League. And it all comes from Ollie Palmer deciding to go for the spectacular on the edge of the box. You can see he's lining the shot up and he goes for the top right hand corner. It ricochets off the post and it just by good fortune lands in the path of his striking partner. It's actually taken a slight deflection. It looks as though it's off Gudger in the end. And the post ricochets it back to Wrexham's number 10, who's got an open goal, slices it in. Wrexham making a substitution as well after that 4th goal. Jacob Mendy coming off for Callum McFadden. Mark Howard sends the ball high to Ollie Palmer, chops inside. Fine Mullin, of course, is on a hat-trick. Ford. Goes alone forward, good strike! Oh, Ryan Booth doesn't claim the ball in his hands and it falls into the path. Have you guessed it? It's Paul Mullin, it's another hat-trick. Paul Mullin hit 17 goals in the National League this season and we are only still in December. Another hat-trick this season. And again, almost a carbon copy of the chance moments ago. It comes from another player's strike of Wrexham, this time Anthony Ford. Fierce strike at the goalkeeper, who just doesn't claim the ball and parries it down into the path of Paul Mullin. Strike his instinct, poaches the ball away from the goalkeeper. And there's only got to be one outcome in that. We're making another substitution as well. A fantastic performance from Elliot Lee as he comes off the pitch for James Jones. Phil Parkinson making a change. And the man who's bagged the hat-trick coming off the field. He's done his duties for Sam Dalby in these closing stages. Boot. And the clearance nearly finding its way to Ollie Palmer, and it gets the better of the goalkeeper. Out of his box, he has to clear it fast. Cebulski just trying to force the press of Hayden, but it's really a half-hearted attempt. 5 goals down. Smart pass there towards Dalby if he can get it over the goalkeeper. Well, he could, but he's really stretching and it'll be out for a goal kick. So O'Connor. Maybe a long diagonal towards McFadden if he can find him. He can do his Barnett, just loses the ball. Fadgen back to Jones, and Wrexham can pick up the ball on the edge of the Solihull box. His strike comes in. Howe is just in the way. This comes in. And the Wrexham player goes down in the box. It's Hayden that's gone down. Connor wins the challenge, but go all the way out for the Solihull goal kick. And Hayden loses his man, and there's a clear shirt pull from Callum Howe. Well, I think if the referee had VAR in this instance, I think that would have been a quite clear and obvious penalty kick, but Howe has managed to get away with that one. You can see the frustrations of Aaron Hayden, rightfully so. But it doesn't matter nonetheless, as the full-time whistle has been blown here at the racecourse. Wrexham with an explosive second half performance to take things away from Solihull Moors.